I want to thank you all for joining me today. My name is Harley Green, and I am the Vice President of Strategic Accounts here at Oxipital AI. Our focus is on helping end users have more efficient and sustainable manufacturing through the use of AI-enabled vision solutions. So who is Oxipital AI? First and foremost, we're a team of industry experts in AI-based vision solutions, robotics, and automation with years of experience working in the manufacturing industry. Our core technology is trusted by a number of key end users and OEMs around the world. The Oxipital AI solution consists of really four key elements. The first is a high-powered visual AI engine that allows for high-speed processing of high-volume manufacturing environments. We pair this with intuitive application tools to allow for tuning each application for maximum efficiency. We run this on our industrial-grade hardware platform that's robust to all sorts of different environments, from consumer goods to food manufacturing. We offer a cloud-based analytic solution for visualization of your manufacturing data that can be used for process improvements. So there are three main ways that you can take advantage of our visual AI solution that can help with both understanding manufacturing challenges and taking action. Automatically inspecting products for defects and visualizing data can allow you to really determine what processes are introducing defects, which can lead to process improvements such as simple process changes or basic machine control solutions for diverting bad product away from a packaging line. We also offer inspection coupled with robotic guidance for picking applications where you need to move product when it's presented in a chaotic flow at high speed. Most manufacturers struggle with labor in one way or another, whether it's getting the labor that they need to run enough production or to retain that labor. It's always this constant battle to maintain the right staffing needs, and even more challenging when you're looking for skilled labor. When you look at the food industry, this is even more challenging as consumer demand can change rapidly, and the environments that workers are in, they could be cold and wet or hot and dry, which really aren't ideal conditions for these workers. When you incorporate AI-enabled vision solutions into your manufacturing process, you can alleviate the need for higher value, often subjective human inspection, and decrease the need for quality assurance operators while opening up the door for automated defect rejection systems. While there can be significant cost savings and labor reduction for certain tasks, it's usually dwarfed by the savings you can get by increasing yield. While you're focusing on reducing costs, you really never want to sacrifice on product quality. Ensuring that the highest quality product goes out the door is absolutely critical. Consumers like myself notice changes in quality very quickly, and this can impact customer retention. Choosing a solution that helps you maintain or improve your current quality standards should always be part of your decision-making process. Here we have two examples looking for muscle and fat on different cuts of beef. When looking at bone and loins, these need to be loaded into a slicer in a very specific orientation to allow for proper cuts. We have the ability to determine the bone side of a loin to tell an automated loading solution whether the product needs to be flipped or rotated, as well as provide coordinates for a robot to then pick and automatically load the product, reducing the need for additional labor on arguably an ergonomically challenging application, as these can weigh upwards of 25 pounds each. The other example here is the ability to determine fat content on a boneless loin and the fat location to either inform operators to trim further or to allow a robot to place the product with the most appealing side of that piece of meat facing towards or away from the consumer in the packaging. When we start to look at different applications that AI-based solutions lend themselves well to, one great example is chicken breast trim level. Trim refers to the amount of fat and rib meat that's present on a piece of chicken breast. Different customers for our poultry processors have different requirements for the amount of fat and rib meat that should be on each piece of chicken breast. One of the challenges that we typically see is, when you're running a highly trimmed product, which really means, again, no rib meat and no fat, and try to switch over to a low trim product that really should have fat and rib meat on it, operators don't always change their skill set to match. They tend to over trim on these products, resulting in what is generally referred to as giveaway, as consumers will pay by weight. One of the largest poultry processors in the world told us that giveaway on chicken breast trim equates to hundreds of millions of dollars in losses each year. Doing something really as simple as inspecting for trim level and setting off an alarm for operators if they're over or under trimming can really help save customers millions of dollars each year and significantly increase yield. When you look at the volume of products processed each year, even a 0.5% yield increase can have significant impacts. So let's take a look here at the impact of what saving 1 gram of giveaway could look like over the course of a year for a poultry processor. Let's assume that you're selling chicken breast at $2 a pound to your local grocery retailers, and you're shipping about 2.5 million pounds of chicken breast per week. If you save 1 gram per chicken breast, that can lead to over $500,000 a year in savings at one individual facility. Imagine scaling this out to multiple facilities and potentially saving more than a single gram on each chicken breast. This really starts to become a no-brainer. Now, along with inspecting for trim level on chicken breast, if you want to move towards robotic tray packing, you need to ensure that the presentation or styling in the tray is appealing to consumers. Most processing facilities have this chaotic infeed or flow of product to a tray pack station. And this means that some products need to be flipped and reoriented before being placed into a tray. Well, to be able to do this, you need to inspect the chicken breast for the skin membrane side, which is that smooth, shiny side, rather than the rough bottom side, and determine if the product needs to be flipped or not. Having the ability to do this allows for neat, clean, robotic tray pack product that really rival human operator pack trays. Bell peppers ripen over time, which will give them their color, with green generally being the least ripe, where red is the most ripe. Sorting peppers by color is important for presentation, whether you're packaging all of a similar color or are building out trays of stoplight pepper packs, which is that red, yellow, green pack. Another key requirement is making sure that the peppers are free from organic or human-induced defects. One thing that we see commonly in produce is scarring, bruising, and even insect damage. Having the ability to spot these different types of defects and deliberately not pass them on to consumers helps save on labor costs and increases quality product. So I've mentioned the importance of product presentation or product styling a couple of times, but this remains an important part of any packaged food. Having the ability to determine the orientation of a product based on certain features is very important for that presentation. A lot of patty products, such as these grilled burger patties that you see here, are manufactured. They get formed into their shape, they go through a grilling process, get frozen, and then they go into a package. Throughout this journey, they have a tendency to become jumbled and chaotic before getting packaged. With our AI-enabled vision solution, we can identify features such as grill marks, even when they're barely visible to the human eye, to ensure a styled packout. Fried coated products such as mozzarella sticks, battered shrimp, and corn dogs can have a number of defects present. With corn dogs, there are really 3 key elements or main elements to them. You have the stick, you have the hot dog, and you have the batter. Each one of these may cause a completed corn dog to be defective. Our AI-enabled vision solution allows us to see broken sticks from the bottom of the batter all the way to their end, It allows us to see any exposed hot dog that may have had a coating issue. It allows us to see conjoined products, but also allows us to see over and undercooked products, including burns. When you start to see the coating turn a darker color, it's generally an indicator that the oil temperature is either too hot or the products are moving too slowly through the oil. With this real-time feedback, customers are able to make adjustments to upstream equipment on the fly while also capturing defect trends through our analytics dashboard. Our inspection analytics platform provides you with an in-depth look into your production. You have the ability to look at your overall throughput data, drill down into specific defect data, and access real-time images and data. This helps with identifying trends over time, such as after cleaning shifts or at system startup, and really helps identify areas and processes that can actually be improved. Usually, packaging doesn't change in shape or size, but a number of fruit products can. Really, when you look at changes between seasons, different shifts of the day, tolerance swings with other equipment, all this can lead to downstream issues at the packaging point. If you have ears of corn that need to end up in a tray, but they're too long, then you're going to have problems when those trays head to the overwrap machine. At the same time, if you're seeing ears of corn that are cut too short, then you know an operator is likely loading a cob saw incorrectly upstream, which is decreasing your yield. This data allows you to change or alert upstream processes and equipment, as well as ensure uptime of downstream equipment that might end up jammed if you end up seeing larger than expected product unexpectedly. With any fried or baked product, there is always the opportunity for burns and overcooking. While there's generally an acceptable amount of this, you want to make sure that you capture and reject any overcooked or burned product. Another thing that can happen in the case of having something like freshly cooked floppy pizza crust is that you can get products that have a tendency to fold on themselves, which can be problematic when they're going to something like an automated stacking machine. Also, when you have broken pieces or misshapen crusts, these can also present challenges for downstream packaging equipment as well as lower your overall quality output. We're able to detect when there are these anomalies in size, shape, and condition to ensure that only the highest quality products get packaged and that the rest get rejected. Similar to pizza crust, crackers are expected to be all the same shape, size, and quality when you open up a package of them. The reality is that this isn't always the case as they're being produced. And while some fine features of the products are intended to be seen through this baking process, an excessive amount can lead to burns or even charred product. Our AI-enabled vision solutions make sure that you aren't packaging pieces of broken crackers or burnt products. This helps increase quality and reduce labor associated with removing bad product. As I mentioned before, in produce, there is an infinite amount of this natural variability found in each different type of fruit or vegetable. But when you layer on all of the different types of defects that have an infinite amount of variability with them, only an AI-enabled vision solution can really solve this problem. When inspecting mandarins, we can see size and shape, as well as more egregious defects, such as if there's any bruising or scarring, which would potentially downgrade each one of these products. Determining a defect such as a long stem allows for sorting to a human intervention station to remove that stem and sell a higher grade product, ultimately resulting in higher value. Identifying rot is incredibly important, as packaging even a small amount of rot into a package with other good product ultimately makes all of the product bad, which leads to a bad experience for a consumer. Even at very high volumes of product density and flow, we're able to capture all of these different defects, which allows for better QA process that can go all the way back through the supply chain while increasing your yield at the same time. You have the ability to see the impact that each individual defect is having on your production line. Data such as size of a defect, the times at which defects occurred, and even the number of times an individual defect shows up on a single item are all available to you through our analytics dashboard. This gives plant managers and quality assurance managers a historical data-driven platform that allows for traceability and reporting. When you look at areas where you can save money and labor, egg roll manufacturing is a great opportunity. When you look at an average defect rate of 2 to 2.5% overall, it's a great opportunity to look at processes that are creating the majority of your defects. Generally, if you can prevent a defect as far upstream as possible, then it will have the lowest impact further down the line and economically. When we identify that the wrapper placement in a fixture prior to the filling can lead to a number of defects that cause downgrade or scrap product, it's a good place to apply a vision inspection solution. An AI-enabled vision solution can look for placement relative to that fixture while also looking for damage to the wrappers. When the wrapper cost is about 2 cents each and the filling is about 75 cents each, if you can make the determination to not dispense the high-value filling onto that wrapper, it can lead to a massive savings over the course of a year. Adding robotic automation to your process can sometimes be a challenge, especially if you have a brownfield facility that was set up for human labor and has minimal space available. We can help maintain the smallest footprint possible while helping to reduce your reliance on human labor, all while increasing product quality. Picking from bulk or this chaotic flow can be challenging, especially when you're looking to do it at high rates of speed. We have the ability to track all of the products that you see on a conveyor and choose whether or not to pick them if they're in motion, which tends to happen quite a bit with cylindrical items like you see here. You don't need to singulate product before it gets to a robot to actually pick it. The vision sees directly into the robot's work area and can make decisions on the fly in real time, eliminating the need for other singulation equipment that can be expensive and difficult to clean and maintain. Because we see objects in the robot's work area in real time, we can react to real-time changes, such as picking piles of products where you see new products after picking a product that is on top of them. If you have kids, and if you've ever had your child open up a box of juice pouches and realize that there wasn't a straw attached to the pouch on a hot day, you likely weren't so happy. The juice pouch is really only as good as the straw connected to it that allows you to drink it. Not only does our AI-enabled vision solution allow for detecting the presence of a straw, but it allows us to do this through different graphics that might be on the packaging. And we can also determine if a product is right side up versus down to make sure that it is presented well and if it's going into any secondary packaging. For a consumer, this can really be the difference between a really bad day or a great day. I've mentioned AI a number of times at this point, but one thing that I believe is important to understand is how we utilize the power of AI within our solution to do all of these amazing things. We pre-train robust object models of your product that are created from just a handful of customer samples. Our training process accounts for complex environments and performs automatic labeling, avoiding the typical hurdles of training AI-based models for products with organic variability. Just to summarize some of the value of our AI-enabled vision solution, really, at the end of the day, yield is king in high-volume production environments. Being able to make real-time decisions to increase yield by even a fraction of a percent can have a significant impact on your top and bottom line. You can get a higher quality solution to your inspection tasks that don't rely on often subjective human labor, but capture human-like capabilities in decision-making. Increased quality can lead to better customer retention and new customer opportunities. Through our analytics dashboard, you can pinpoint what issues are happening and where to target process improvements. Once again, I'd like to encourage you to visit us at occipitalalai.com to learn more about our solution, and visit us at booth 7243. If you're currently relying on less than ideal visual inspection solutions and want to talk more about how we can help increase your quality, yield, and reduce your reliance on human labor, again, visit us at occipitalalai.com and reach out using our contact form, or feel free to send me an email at hgreen@occipitalalai.com, and I'll look forward to discussing your applications with you.